Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. My name is David Castillo. This is California Woodcrafters. I hope that the content that I post on YouTube is something that is useful to people out there. There's some safety videos. There's videos of projects that I've done in the past. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. So if you can help me out, if you click on a video and it interests you, please leave a like and subscribe. This video that I'm doing now is a wooden gate latch. There's a video that shows me building the gate. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, God bless. I don't have my miter saw in the shop today. It's in the back of my truck. I'm doing a construction project. So it's been back there for a few weeks now. Anyway, so I had to take out my sled in order to make these cuts. Well, I have to say I didn't have a plan for this either, so I'm just kind of engineering it as I go. Made a couple of kind of prototypes, and it's not what I ended up with. You'll see what I came up with in the end. I didn't like the design of this bracket that I'm cutting, but I put it on the video anyway. Here's the actually design for the bracket that I came up with, and here I'm just using a template in order to mark the radiuses on it. It's a lot easier than using a compass. If you're new to the bandsaw, making these tight radiuses just takes a little patience and continuous feeding of the blade without making it twist too much so that the blade starts to whine. And you hear that as I'm cutting sometimes also. Here my fingers are actually very close to the router, but if I use my own rule, I can be relatively safe. That is, never ever look away or get distracted when you're with parking. If you're using screws, it's always a good idea to pre-drill everything. That way you don't put stress on the material and you get cracks. This is just a piece of redwood, so it's very soft, and if I just use screws only, inevitably it would crack. I'm turning this redwood on the blade, and redwood is really soft, so I have to be real careful. And at the beginning I noticed that the piece of material I started to use had cracks in it anyway, so I'm going to have to fix that eventually. Using that glue and sawdust in order to fix that crack. It turned out all right. It's not perfect, but it works. Tie wire to create friction as the lathe turns to burn a line in the knob I just made. Indoor, outdoor polyurethane for this latch. If I remember correctly, I really don't like the way it ends up fading after a while. Probably should have used an oil-based finish. Here's the finished latch installed. It works great. I think it looks great. It really adds to the rustic look of this gate. Again, the opening that's in the middle there eventually be stained glass. I have to find time to work on that. Thank you for watching.